Oi! So it's Friday afternoon, yeah! I got the weekend off, man, and I'm stuck in traffic right now. I finished work, but I am aware there's a Blockbuster apparently not far away that still exists. So I thought on my way home from work here I would go to the Blockbuster. I've never been there before, but it must be one of the few left. It must be nearly none here in Brisbane, but I was told there was one around the corner here. So I'll go into that Blockbuster and see if there might be some ex-rentals. And I think there's a cash converters not far from here either. So I'll go to Blockbusters, go to cash converters, and later tonight I will probably watch a bunch of movies. But anyway, stay tuned, and next time you see me we should be at the Blockbuster, guys. Have a good weekend, by the way. It's one of the few Blockbusters left around here. I think there's at least one other in Brisbane, but yeah, there's not many of these left. Buy two, get one free. So we go here. Dr. Cripper, Donald Pleasance. You guys ever heard of that? Looks good. Donald Pleasance, cool. Not a bad sort of horror section here. This is all the stuff to hire. Pretty cool. That was cool checking out that Blockbuster. So I did grab a few things which I'll show you in a sec. But just before I do hit home, I found out there's another cash converters not too far away, as it turns out. So I've just made a little detour to this cash converters. Seen I had such success last time at that other one, just to see what they got. So you never know, I might pick something up cool here. And when I'm done here, I'll give you a look and see what I've got in this little short video. Cash converters, here we go. Similar sort of deal to the last cash converters. There's just like tons and tons of ex-rentals and stuff. So I'll have a bit of a look at this, eh? Well, that was a successful little haul on my way home from work on a Friday afternoon. So at the Blockbuster I picked up, it was the 3 for 2 deal they had, and I got this Dr. Crippen. You might have seen me film that. It's got Donald Pleasance in it, apparently. I think it's from the 60s by the looks of it. Don't know anything about it, but Donald Pleasance, man, it's got to be alright, surely. Then I picked up this one, which I didn't really love the look of the cover. It looked a bit hip, you know, that sort of thing. And I nearly put it back. It looked a bit cheesy and hip. But then I saw it was French, and I thought, maybe the French will do something cool with that. I don't know, Hellphone. And then finally, the third one in that pack was Solstice, which I've never seen. I don't know if this is a popular movie or not. It sounds kind of familiar. Maybe it was big, I don't know. But anyway, I picked that up. That was all at the Blockbuster. And then just coming out of cash converters now. They were just as good as that last haul at cash converters. It was a different cash converters. But, you know, a big rack of $2 movies, all ex-rentals, cheap as chips. I got this one. Actually doesn't really look that good, but for $2 I thought, might be worth a watch. 3 Blind Mice. And I actually picked that up and put that down pretty quick, but as I put it down I realised there was Eddie Furlong's in this. And I thought, oh, Eddie Furlong, got to check that out. The Ferryman looks kind of cool. I thought, yeah, that might be worth a shot. And finally, this one, I remember seeing this one for years in the shops. Otis, I think it must be a comedy horror. And it was always really too expensive for my liking, for what it probably is. It's probably not that good, but I've seen it for like $20-30. But for $2, it's definitely worth a shot. So, yeah, actually tonight, it's Friday night, so I'll probably sit and watch a bunch of films. So it actually might not be such a short video, this one, because I might even talk about the films that I watched tonight. So stay tuned. I might have a mini horror marathon again on this lovely start to the weekend. So I'll see you later tonight, guys.
Oi, so it's getting late. I've watched 2 films. I think I'm going to call it a night. First one I watched was this one, Dr. Crippen, with Donald Pleasence in it. I didn't know this film ever existed. I've never heard of it before. I just saw it in the shops, as you saw earlier. It was great. It's sort of more of a crime drama thing, apparently based on true events about a man who basically murders his wife and buries her down in the basement, and chases after this other younger girl. And a lot of this is in the courtroom, set in the courtroom. You do get a really good story. I mean, there's not a lot of action in this. I'll let that be known. It's very court drama like. You don't see any killing. You don't see anything like that. And the first half of the movie is showing exactly how the wife was, and she basically treated him like a slave, like she'd have other men around and be ordering him around to cook dinner and all that sort of thing. So, they didn't have a great relationship in the beginning, and then he meets this other young girl and things go off on a tangent. Anyway, I found it interesting. It was based on a true story. There's, like I said, there's no action in it. Don't expect any blood, gore. It's a courtroom drama, really. But I really dug it. It's from the '60s, and Donald Pleasence, as always, does a fantastic job. It was a great film. And then I saw this, picked this one up the other day, Death Warmed Up, and it's a New Zealand film. It's by the same person. If you look back in a couple of my movies, I watched a New Zealand film called Wound, which is fairly recent. This one's from the mid-'80s, Death Warmed Up. It's just bizarre. It's one of those weird 80s, bit of Mad Max, a bit of Island of Dr. Moreau, a little bit of maybe sort of the Dawn of the Dead sort of films a little bit, all wrapped up in a sort of a semi-incoherent, awesome mess. It's just one of those obscure 80s films. If you're into 80s films, especially obscure ones, get your hands on this. It's pretty wacky and weird. Very cool. So, I won't end the video here. I'll sort of continue tomorrow night because I want to watch at least one more. So I'll add it to this video, but just before I go to bed, I did watch this during the week. Bad Kids Go to Hell. It's not great. I don't really recommend it that much. I almost stopped watching it after the first 10 minutes, but I persevered, and then I did get into it. It's really very Breakfast Club orientated, just like a Breakfast Club with Ouija boards and ghosts and stuff like that. And it's even got Judd Nelson in it. Some of it's kind of funny, kind of cool. Doesn't really always hit the mark though, and by the end I was sort of losing interest, but it was kind of okay. I don't highly recommend it. If you're bored and you see it, it's maybe just passable. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, night. Oi! So it's Saturday now. And it's a pretty warm day, I'll tell you that much. It's the afternoon. I've just been trying to keep cool, running under the sprinkler and that sort of thing this morning. And I'm heading to the shop, so I'm going to get something cool to drink. Get some bread, milk, all this sort of regular stuff. I just finished watching a movie, The Great American Snuff Film. It's not really very good. It should have just been called American Snuff Film. Really B grade, low budget, no budget, which doesn't really mean much. You can have a good movie with no budget, but this was just, I wouldn't have normally bought it normally. I wouldn't have bought it brand new, but I bought it for like $1 at that Cash Converters a while back, and that's the only way I would have ever bought such a film. I'm not really into that sort of snuffy torture type horror, but for $1 I thought, and I had to get a certain amount of movies. I picked that up. So I don't recommend that to anyone. The Great American Snuff Film, steer clear of it. It's just this nasty little low budget bit of trash. Anyway guys, I'm going to go get something cool to drink, And next time you see me, it's probably going to be Saturday night. I'll watch a movie or two, and that will conclude this video, guys. I'll see you tonight.
Hey, so it's Saturday night now, and I only actually have watched one movie, the Stephen King's Sleepwalkers. I've never seen it before. It was awesome. A lot of Stephen King movies aren't great adaptations. I've never read this book, but this movie was cool. Sort of an interesting take on vampires. A lot of comical elements to it. Cool 80s effects all the way through it. And cats. There's something about cats in horror movies which I kind of like. A lot of cool cat action. Yeah, I just dug it. The cats, the 80s effects, the comic relief. It was just kind of a fun film. And an interesting take on vampires. And it was, I really did like the vampires in their final form at the end. They look pretty cool. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. This took me from Friday to Saturday to do. I've got Sunday left of the weekend, so that's cool. Hope your weekends are going good. And I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. See ya.